What's happening, YouTube? What's going on with everybody out there? It's your man, Gypsy Hustle, back in the building, a.k.a. the Happy Hatter, a.k.a. Mr. Make You Smile, all right? That's what I do. I make people smile, all right? So, back in the house, shout outs to everybody watching. Got my Jets hat on today. Big win for the Jets against the Cowboys. I'm not a Cowboy fan. I am a Cowboy. I ain't gonna say I'm a Cowboy hater, but I don't like the Cowboys. So big win for the Jets. So I had to rock the hat for the Jets today. All right. Let's get right into it. NFL going on. Good games. Really good games yesterday. Like I said, the Jets won yesterday. But okay. Wait. I'm not gonna start with football. Let me rewind. I'm gonna start with something old news. I haven't been able to get on, so I gotta cover what I what I wrote down. Okay, Snoop Dogg's performance at Kansas during the Midnight Madness. All right, Kansas has been getting a lot of flack for it. Like I told you before, I was at an event with the NBA where Snoop performed, and now Snoop has come out defending his performance. These are college kids, and I'm going to say this in defense of Snoop. You know, a lot of these kids today listen to all kinds of rap, and they listen to the swear words, and they're doing all kinds of things that we never did as kids. You know, the vaping thing is big now. So my thing is this. Okay, you knew what you was doing getting Snoop. Have you not listened to his records? You know what I'm saying? You not listen to what he talk about? So Kansas, get off Snoop. You know what I'm saying? Get off Snoop. All right. So I'm gonna leave that alone. Done with that. Next thing, okay. Back to football, where I was gonna start, but I just had to get that off my chest. All right. The Panthers have won 4 games in a row. Cam Newton has been hurt. Now the question is, when Cam Newton is healthy, should Cam get his starting job back immediately? I say no. I think Cam is a star. I think right now the team has a rhythm, and you got to ride that rhythm. I think you got to ride that rhythm. I think the Giants did it years ago, where they had I think Jeff Hostetler came in for Phil Simms got hurt. Jeff Hostetler came in. The Giants did not make a change when Phil Simms got back. I don't think he was back all the way healthy though, but they rode that wave on to the Super Bowl and ended up winning the Super Bowl with Jeff Hostetler. So it's really a touchy thing because Cam is, he's the face of the franchise, but as a coach, when you got things rolling, you don't want to break that rhythm. So now you throw Cam in there. I'm not sure if it jumpstarts the team. Now, can we say the same thing down in New Orleans when Drew Brees comes back? Should Teddy Bridgewater sit? I'm gonna say probably yes, that Bridgewater should probably sit for this reason and this reason only. The New Orleans Saints offense is not the same without Drew Brees. Okay, the New Orleans Saints defense has stepped up in the absence of Drew Brees. Now, back to the Panthers. The Panthers defense has always been pretty good. But the offense, they are putting up more points than they did when Cam was at QB. So that's why I say that the Panthers should stick with what they're doing and not sit the young man that's been doing such a great job for them in the absence of Cam Newton. But Cam, I got to say, Cam, when you come back, you got to be 100% healthy. You got to be 100% healthy. You came in playing hurt. You didn't look good. People talking crazy about you. So get healthy, Cam. Get healthy. All right. Next thing. After yesterday's game, is Jason Garrett in some trouble? The Cowboys started off 3-0. Kind of 3 bogus wins, though. You played a Giant team that was kind of in disarray. Eli Manning's giant team. And you beat up on the Washington Redskins, who are probably the second worst team next to the Dolphins. You beat up on them. So you kind of beat up on three mediocre opponents, and Jerry Jones is thinking Super Bowl. So you lose to a winless team yesterday. The Jet defense is pretty good and played pretty good yesterday. They played pretty good against the Cleveland Browns too on Monday night. They got Sam Darnold back. So you got the franchise quarterback back after he was out with mononucleosis. But still, the Cowboy roster, even they were missing their left tackle, even with all of that, the Cowboy roster up and down is, much better than the Jet roster. So is Jason Garrett in a little bit of trouble? I think it's been like 12 years he's been there. Never talked about firing him. So can we talk about him being fired this year? My opinion is probably so, because Jerry Jones just paid Ezekiel Elliott. He's going to have to either pay Amari Cooper or let him go. He's going to have to pay Dak. Dak wants his money. So if I'm paying out all this money, I need to see some Super Bowls or something. So I think that, and Dallas is not just an ordinary job. They call that America's, not America's team. I guess I'm not a Cowboy fan. So, Dallas is a big job, so you got to get somebody in there that can handle the heat, and I never want to advocate for a guy getting fired or nothing like that, because that's his livelihood. But Jason Garrett will find another job. He's good to go. But I think it might be time for the Cowboys. If they don't do something this year, I think that Jason Garrett might be in a little bit of trouble. So we'll see, though. We'll see. All right. Moving on to the next thing. What's going on in Cleveland with the Browns, man? The Browns are 2-4. This was a team that talked a lot in the offseason, got a lot of talent in there, and they've not lived up to expectations. So what's going on with the Browns? Baker Mayfield had a lot of things to say about Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones got picked like 6th or 7th or like that, something like that. And he was saying how shocked he was when when the Giants took him. Baker Mayfield was taking 1. He was taking 1 overall. Now, you saying that Daniel Jones is overrated. Look, Baker Mayfield he's thrown 6 interceptions the last 2 games. He threw 3 again yesterday. He's had 3 red zone interceptions. So, what's going on in Cleveland? I got to tell you, Baker Mayfield is looking overrated. He's looking a little frustrated. I like his confidence, but confidence, you gotta produce, Baker. You gotta produce. You got a talented roster. Your defense is pretty good. The Browns do have a pretty good defense, but they're not winning games. And that's not gonna, you. And in the words of Chris Berman, that's why you play the game. You can't just think that because you got a more talented roster. This is the NFL. Same thing in the NBA. Like, dude, all of these guys were great players for their high schools. They were probably pretty good players on their college teams. So now we're with the best of the best. So Baker Mayfield, Cleveland, you got to step it up. You're 2-4 now. Anything less than the playoffs for Cleveland is a failed season. Anything less than the playoffs. I'm not saying Super Bowl. They might have been thinking Super Bowl. Anything less than the playoffs is a failed season for Cleveland. All right? So let me know what y'all think. Okay, now, watched a lot of college football. Watched a lot of it this weekend. Who is the best college quarterback right now? I watched that LSU Florida game. And this Burrow dude, he looked pretty good. That's a Florida defense that had about 10, 11 sacks against Miami. They've shut people down. That's the strength of their defense. And LSU probably offensively, I think they got a pick 6 or something like that. But I think offensively, they put up about 35 points on a tough SEC-built defense. So I mean, you got Tagliavoia out there, Tagliavoia, Tua. I call him Tua. You got him out there. You got the kid from Ohio State out there, Fields. Um, I mean, you got the kid at Oklahoma that was at Alabama, Hurts. So you got some good quarterbacks out there, but I think we need to be looking at this kid from LSU. He can really throw the ball, and he's not afraid to run. He's not afraid to run. And at this day and age, you need a mobile quarterback. So, but yeah, we'll see what happens at the end of the year. But right now, LSU is ranked number 2. They got a big game coming up this weekend, and then in a couple of weeks they got a game where they're gonna have to play Alabama. So that may decide a lot. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see what's going on. And now, let me get to the last part. This is the Dan Le Batard part of the show. The incident that happened in Dallas with the female police officer that says that she was so tired that she went to the wrong apartment and she killed a guy that was sitting on his couch eating ice cream. So she was convicted, and she got 10 years. So the question for everybody is, was 10 years enough? And then there was just some strange stuff going on in there. Okay, so she got 10 years, right? Which should have been more than that, okay? There was an incident where a guy, I guess he shot a police dog or killed a police dog, and he got 40 years, okay? Marinate on that for a second. But let's get back. Amber Guyger got 10 years for killing an innocent man that did nothing, was in his house. Now think about that. You in your house. Somebody come in and kill you. You know what I'm saying? And she only got 10 years, okay? Now, strange stuff was going on. You know, you had the bailiff, like, patting her hair and making sure her hair was all good. I've never seen that before. Then you had the judge. The judge came out of the judge's seat, whatever you want to call it, came down and hugged her. You know what I'm saying? What about hugging the family that just lost the dude? You know what I'm saying? I mean, this is disturbing to me. This is disturbing to me. And like I said, I say what I want to say. I don't know who's watching, but I say what I want to say, and I get to express myself. Now, that right there, you know, society is so crazy to me, because, you know, when this case first started, there's a black judge on, so, you know, immediately black people will think, oh, hey, you know, got a black judge, she's gonna throw the hammer at her, whatever. That's not, always the case. You know, that's not always the case, you know, and it shouldn't be, you know, based on color, and that shouldn't have any effect on anything, but it does. We in America. America, you know, the color of your skin matters here. It matters. You know, it's a shame, and as sad as it is, it matters. And you had a judge go hug a woman who killed a guy, and then she got up there and had the crocodile tears, the fake tears, like she was crying and she thinking about this, and then the brother, you know, coming out and hugging her also was disturbing to me. Simply because you just killed my brother, and it's too early for forgiveness for me. It's too early for me. But you know what? Whatever makes him happy. If that floats his boat, go right ahead. But I just feel like 10 years wasn't enough time. Like, she'll be out in 5. They're going to take care of her. They're probably going to, I mean, if this is not watched close, which it won't be watched that close, that time going to go by. She going to get out and she going to be fine. They had a GoFundMe and all that type of stuff for her. But I just think that this is just absolutely insane. the stuff that goes on here in America. You know, it's absolutely insane. And I don't think it's enough being said about the judge coming out hugging her. What about the 17-year-old that does something stupid that's ruined his life? She's only going to miss 5 to 6 years of her life. She's going to be young when she get out. What about a 17-year-old that done something stupid? Go out there and hug him too, or her. You understand what I'm saying? So to me, that judge should be kicked out of the courtroom, shouldn't be allowed to do that anymore. But we know who she's pandering to. So I'm going to leave it at that. But anyway, sorry to end on such a serious note, but that's something that really irritated me, this judge doing this. I don't know either one of them. I don't know nobody involved, but just me watching from the outside, just saying what I feel. Now, for everybody else, I'm going to sign out and have a great day, week, month, or whatever. And I will get back on as soon as I can. Been busy. So signing off is your man, Gypsy Hustle, a.k.a. the Happy Hatter with the Jets hat on, a.k.a. Mr. Make You Smile. Your man, Chucky B, signing out. Yo, y'all be good. Remember, make somebody smile, make somebody's day. All right? Peace.